Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to this new lesson. Now before we begin, I want to play you 3 pieces of material that all share something in common to do with the right hand, which is what we're looking at today. Right, so just watch and I'm going to play them to you. Okay, now those examples and anything else that you can play where you finger pick, what all this shares in common is the fact that to play them, what you do with the right hand is pick strings. No matter what it is, no matter what arrangement, all you're doing to make the sounds is picking the strings, right? The left hand selects which notes are going to be sounded after the right hand picks the strings, right? So if you want to become a master finger picker like, I don't know, John Williams or Andres Segovia, whatever his name is, all these dudes that I don't listen to, like if you want to be as good as them or even as good as me, whatever, to do that you need to practice picking the strings, because that's what you do. So the only thing that sets you apart from somebody who's a master, who's been playing for years and years and years, decades, is the fact that they've probably been picking strings a lot longer than you have. So their fingers will have gained the strength, molded to the strings, and they'll have like this perfect picking technique, and they'll have this solid tone. But I'll talk about tone later on. But what I'm actually teaching you is picking patterns which you can play, right? Because if you just pick strings, like for example, right, I'll show you the first pattern, right? First one is this. I'll tell you what it is later, but that, say you practice that for about an hour a day, and because all you're doing is picking strings, you can listen to music, and sing, you can listen to music and rap, you can watch TV, you can play, I don't know, a video game on your computer with your mouse, you can do whatever you want, right? Now, the thing is, some people might say, okay, but if you're just doing that and not actually putting it into practice, say like, you know, playing a song, which might have more variation, because when you're just playing this, you're just playing these same strings over and over, instead of playing something that might have like more variation, right? But the thing is, I find whenever you play songs, right, whenever you rehearse and you play through, say, your first piece, your second piece, and then your third piece, and then it's like, oh, I've got to do them all again. You do them all again, and then after that you need to take a break because you can't be arsed, and you really don't have the mental strength to do it again. You're just like, I can't be bothered, right? But if you can listen to music for 4 hours or however many hours, or watch a new anime and watch 300 episodes while you're doing this and every other picking pattern that I'm going to show you, then that is way more efficient than you essentially bashing your head against the wall, playing the same pieces over and over that you can't be asked to play because you keep playing them. You become sick of them, which is how you become good, right? Because like I've got somebody who taught me, who said, like, for you to become good, you want to be sick of your pieces, like, because you've played them so much. Because what he's saying is, you've practiced, you've put in the practice, which is why you hate the pieces now, because you spent so much time practicing them, right? But that is if you practice songs to practice picking strings. But if you just pick strings and screw the songs, right, you can, like I say, do something fun that doesn't require your attention. Because the thing is this, right, you don't need to hear this, right? This is just an aspect of touch. This is to do with your sense of touch, right? You can do this with your eyes closed, you can do this while having a conversation, and like I say, listening to music with like headphones on, you can't fail at playing this, right? Because this is all you need to do, right? So because of that, if you want to use your sense of sight or your sense of hearing to do something else, then you can, because those senses are still free, right? All you need is your sense of touch to feel that you're essentially doing this, and that's all you need to do, right? So that's how you can get away with doing other things whilst you're doing this. And then if you can say do this and, like I say, do something else for 2 hours, that is going to be better than say you rehearsing some pieces for half an hour then being like, oh, I'm sick of playing guitar for today now. Or say you come back to guitar and be like, oh, I've already played those pieces twice today, I can't be asked to do them again, and I'm going to be doing them tomorrow. I'm sick of this. And the thing is, to become a master, right, there's this guy who says, it's Fernando Sor, he's like a famous classical guitar player. He says it's about skill rather than strength, right? Skill takes time to develop, right? And even strength, right? Guitar is something that is unnatural to human beings. So to do something that's why when we first start guitar, nobody can do it. You're literally using time, like over time, you're practicing so that you actually develop something organically where you will then be able to do something that the human body can't normally do, right? To do that takes time. Just like how, like, developing a baby, like it takes 9 months for a baby to come into existence, right? Like anything that's organic takes a long time. So for you to naturally become a great guitar player, it's going to take a lot of time, and you're going to have to pick a lot of notes, right? So if someone's saying, right, you should be playing these songs instead of listening to that idiot telling you to just do this, right? If you, like, it's going to take you decades to become an insane god at guitar, right? So whichever technique is going to make you practice for that amount of time is going to be the one that's going to get you to where you want to be, right? So that is everything. Now I'm going to teach you what patterns you're actually going to want to use. And the thing is, anybody can do this, right? If you can physically pick these strings, whether you're a beginner or like an expert player, right? This is for life, right? So you can constantly work on your technique by doing this whenever you want, no matter where you are, and no matter how good you are, this is still appropriate, because this is how you still progress if you do have any more room to progress, right? I don't know of any guitar player who's ever maxed out where they just can't get any better at, say, finger picking, right? You know, it just keeps going and going. Or even if that is a possibility, you know, I'm not there yet. I don't think you guys are there yet, especially if you're watching this video trying to learn from me, right? So anyway, and have you noticed how I've just been doing this the whole time? Exactly. It's like you can do it, and I'm practicing, right? I feel warmed up. I feel like I can play something cool now, really fluidly. It works, right? So this is how I have gotten to where I am. Essentially, if you like how I look when I play and how my stuff sounds, right, then watch this. This is how I got there, right? So like I say, the first pattern is this. Now what that is just playing right, nothing with the left hand. You don't have to do anything with the left hand, right? That's, you know, because if you did, then your left hand would get tired, right? Because you're having to hold it up here like for an hour, however long, right? So anyway, low E, and then you're going to pick the D, and then the G, and then the B, right? And just pick them like that, right? So that'll get like all your fingers practiced. You don't really have to worry about your pinky, because these are the fingers that you usually use. Like, you can add in your pinky as well, but I never practice it because I simply don't care. You know, I barely ever use it, right? And if you want to practice your pinky, just like any finger, you can. But I'll get into sort of how you can mix up which fingers you want to use. as I go through the patterns, right? So you have the E, D, G and B, right? And then notice how these three fingers pick three strings. And then if you go higher to the G, B and E, right? So play the low E, then G, B and E, right? That's these three fingers playing like another set of three strings. So you can either play the first one that I taught you on the D, the G and B, or you can do it on the G, B and E, right? So you just shift up. It's kind of like shifting gears, kind of. And you can also go down, right? So then you're picking the A, D and G, right? Just for a bit of variation, okay? Now that's usually what I do, but there's a few others that I quite like to change to and also practice, right? So there's this one, right? So that is your A, G, A again, and then D. And I'm actually holding like an A power chord, so 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G. Like I say, you don't have to hold the left hand. I can just do that, and a lot of time I do. And that is consistent with what I was showing you before, like I say, because your left hand won't get tired. So just do that. Right, so that's the A, G, A, D, right? Then, this is good for practicing going down the string. See, like earlier on, I was showing you going up. Right, this is how you practice going down. Seeing that, like I've got that quite rapid, right? And if you're not proficient yet at finger picking, you'll notice that you'll kind of get stuck if you try and do it quite rapid and quick and like cleanly. Right, so that is kind of why I like to sometimes change to this, right? So you just pick down the E, B and G, and then pick down B, B, G and D. So again, it's just changing gears. So you can either pick like the highest three, or then like the next three down from that. So like I say, it's E, B, G, or you can do B, G, D. You know, and you can get your thumb involved, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to add your pinky in or add your thumb in, you have strings spare. You have 5 fingers and you have 6 strings. So if you're picking, say, like these 3, and then you want to add in the 4th, you can, and you want to add in the 5th, you can do that too. But I'm like, well, I don't really care about this, right? I'm just trying to get these to sound good. So, you know, I'm not too fussed, but you can if you want, and I do sometimes. Okay, and then the last one, which also has a like a left hand hold if you want. It's only because the ones that have a left hand, so this one, that A minor. No, it's an A power chord, sorry. Yeah, like the ones that have like a left hand thing, that's just because this actually exists in songs of mine, so I know that if I wanted to use my left hand, that's what I would hold. So this one, with the left hand, you hold 3rd fret on the D and 1st fret on the B and high E, right? And then most importantly, you know, because you could just screw the left hand, right? That's not the point. What you're doing with the right, which is the D string. Yeah, it's basically what you were fretting with the left hand. The D, the B, and the E. Okay, that's just like another nice little one that I like to do. So it's kind of like you have all these with the 4 fingers, changing the gears, and then you have like this A power chord one, and and then you have going down, okay, but with that one I'd usually just stick to like these two, because you're never usually picking down here with these three fingers, so whatever. And then just this one. Okay, and that is everything, guys, right? So for the past year, I've been doing this and I have come over leaps and bounds, right? For a year's worth of practice, I have gotten so far, right? It's still not as far as where I want to be, but you know, compared to some people, I've got some people who like my friend, for example, he didn't touch his guitar for like 5 years, and then he's just gotten back into it, and he finds that when he's practicing, he just doesn't get anywhere, right? And every single day I see progression. It happens very slowly, you know, just a bit each day, because I do this every day and I get slightly smoother every day. And also I was going to talk about tone, right? So when you're doing this, if you're not aware of what I'm about to say, I'm going to tell you anyway. If you are like, unless you're a god at doing this, you'll notice that it feels difficult, or it feels more difficult the more you try and go into the strings where you like, you know, try to pick them out, right? If you had complete proficiency and strength, you would be able to pick right in between the strings where there would be no resistance, and you would have the greatest tone, right? And to get there, all you need to do is, when you do this, like I say, it's a use your sense of touch. So you will be able to feel yourself immediately as soon as you do it, where your weakness is. Like, you'll know where you want to be, and you won't be able to do it, right? Because you haven't actually achieved the skill yet. But you'll know that, oh, if I just go in, I'll be able to get like a really good sound. But I keep like not being able to pick the strings because I'm not good enough, right? It's hard to explain, because literally, and you'll feel it inside, right, as soon as you do it, right? And then when you sort of get the vision and see where the end is, right, because you'll be able to feel that you can't get what it is that you're trying to do, you'll then know what you need to do to actually get there, right? So then that's what you sort of keep in mind whilst you're aimlessly listening to music doing this, right? You just casually do it, right? But you'll be able to sort of sense how you need to pick the strings in order to kind of get further and get to where it is that you feel like you should be, but you can't because you haven't actually practiced enough yet. It might sound like a load of bollocks, but it is an actual thing, and I thought I'd just put it into words for you. If you have any questions on anything or about what I just said, like right then, you know, leave me a comment or whatever. But the point is, do this stuff and you'll have a great right hand technique. And if you want to practice both your left and right hand, then play stuff with both the left and right hand, which is playing songs and stuff, but that isn't the point of this video. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Any questions, like I say, let me know. If this sucked in any way, let me know. I've been doing my masters, so my brain's a bit screwed, and it's like 4 in the morning, and I just kind of spit this, so I think it's alright. So, you know, that's everything I need to show you, so it's all there. Right, so take it easy, guys. Happy practicing. God bless. Take care. All the best.